What is Gucci YouTube? It's your boy Black Chat, long face, skinny body. We are back, still black, with some more fire Boruto anime manga related content. Now, before we get into the video, don't forget to like, comment, subscribe, smash the like button. You see the title, you see the thumbnail. It's time to get into the business. Yes, sir. Ski.
9 mountains and 8 seas make one world. 1,000 worlds make one chiliocosm. 1 chiliocosm to the power of 3, and there's nothing I can't cut.
Okay, so as of the recording of this video, we have Boruto episode 292 finna go crazy tomorrow, and Boruto chapter 79 is finna go crazy tomorrow. Now, I understand within these last few days, aside from just having a spoilers released from Boruto chapter 79, the official chapter has also been released, I guess, by something called like OP Scan or Scan Genius or some shit like that. Now, me being the person that I am, like, I ain't just start this whole Shonen Jump support for no reason. So I don't read no other manga but Boruto. So I'm not finna go to some other source to read a manga for something that I'm paying for to keep, like, no, I'm waiting till Sunday to read that joint so y'all gonna get the review tomorrow, bro. It's really wild. But I've seen a couple people already start with their chapter reviews. I've seen a couple people start with their chapter analysis. Now, aside from the information you've seen in my spoiler video, I don't have anything past that. So whatever details or contents go deeper and expands onto the spoilers, I have no awareness of that situation in terms of this video. Now, this particular video, man, I wanted to binge drop this video. I ain't gonna lie, it's been like 2 days since I even dropped the video, y'all. And I realized within these last 2 weeks, bro, I have been going like every other day, every 2 days dropping a video. And it's really been on some like, I don't know, man. I guess I just been tired because these last 2 months, bro, I've been going hard, but I've been wanting to do this Kawaki video, and then after the events of those spoilers, my mind was in so much of a scramble that I forgot about it. But then when I went into my notes, I saw the title. I was like, damn, I still got to do this Kawaki video. And then even after the spoilers, like my stance on this video, the premise of the video is still the same. What I think ultimately should happen to Kawaki by the end of the story. But now I'm standing on this joint like 10. And let me just set this aside, bro. I used to curse so much in my old videos, not even like, just in 2020. You watch a video from 2020, bro, this man was cursing up a storm. And it's crazy how far we've come. I want to shout out to the community. Shout out to all my Mangekyo Treehouse, because now I'm really worried about cursing so much in the videos because, you know, I'm trying to monetize these genres. But we're going to take a little break and we're going to go back to 2020 Black Uchiha real quick, right? Regardless if this video gets monetized or not. Fuck Kawaki, bro. He's a bitch ass nigga. Straight up bona fide baby back. Bona fide bitch, like Big Baby Davis back. Bro, fuck that man, bro. He's a hoe. Okay, now we back on professional stuff. I don't like what Kawaki decided to do in the spoilers for Boruto chapter 79. Now, initially, my stance was on Kawaki. Is he too irredeemable to go by the end of Boruto's story in terms of what Boruto talking to Jutsu this man his way back? And I'm thinking along the lines of this dog already killed Boruto. He done sent the Hokage away and Hinata, and we know most likely they're going to be sent away for a very long time until going into time skip territory. So just those factors there alone was enough to talk about how Kawaki's place returning into the Hidden Elite Village would be, or ultimately Kawaki's story. And I've seen a couple of people saying his story ultimately is one of a redemption character. He's going to be a character that by the end, he needs to be redeemed for his story to be complete. I say this man needs to be 6 feet under for me to get some sleep. That's how I feel. I'm not going to lie to y'all, right? And before the spoilers came out, I was going to say it was poetic justice because we already had Boruto be attempted to be killed multiple times. Boruto actually died, right? And ultimately Boruto, for him to save the world and for Kawaki to come together and save the world along with Boruto, Kawaki this time will have to be the one to sacrifice his life, and he will be living on in memory, right? Because it would be too much of a Sasuke thing where at the end of all of the conflict, at the end of everything, Naruto and Sasuke both survive. Naruto's the hero. Sasuke is the cool guy, the anti-hero, but then in the majority of eyes, he's like a walking criminal. Like, bro, put this man behind some bars, right? Now, Kawaki would be in a similar manner, like, nah, bro, this nigga done put his hands on the hero. You feel me? I understand the hero's best friend. Like, we forget that nigga, but we can't forgive him, right? And I am very much an advocate for, like, Kawaki has to go by the end of the story. And now, after the events, it's a little bit more biased and it's a little bit more personal. But after the events of the spoilers in chapter 79, he has to be put in a body bag, bro. I'm gonna be real with y'all. I don't like this, man. After this, I lost a lot of respect for this, man. And the more I sit on the thought, the more angry I get because how much I rocked with Kawaki and how much he was in my top 5. Mind you, this isn't me saying how much like it actually the events ruined the story. No, this is actually great. 10 out of 10. Kishimoto snap. But now this is just my in-world perspective. Like Kawaki is like, he lost so much respect for me. Like, and I will not believe any way, shape, or scenario where Boruto tries to honestly redeem. I mean, obviously there's going to be more and we're still at the fresh start of it. Boruto still wants to talk to this Kawaki guy immediately, right? But at this point, Boruto has to, like, he has to get smoked, bro. He has to get smoked. Now, I don't know exactly how the chapter ends. I already know the panel where we see Kawaki, the rest of his leave, staring off against Boruto. Big Uchiha vibes, you feel me? Sarada is not affected. I'm not sure exactly the details as to why. And I'm not really sure how my Uchiha Sasuke is really doing. You know what I'm saying? Big Uchiha vibes, like I said. But in terms of Sarada, she is actually confirmed to be unaffected. You already know, because they was going to be ride or dies to the end. And so much foreshadowing with both Boruto and Sarada's character in terms of them progressing into the future path of leading the future generations of shinobi. It was never fun to be Kawaki, right? I'm not gonna lie to y'all. Kawaki's story would have been so beautiful and poetic justice in a sense where his life being taken by Boruto in an efforts to save the world by both of their intentions, similar to how Boruto allowed Kawaki to take his life after he regained control back from Momoshiki. But now in the case that we're seeing right here, Kawaki is a jealous, envious, hate-filled kid right now. I'm not gonna lie, he's very confused, and I'm not gonna deny that fact that his past was still messed up, and I don't want to justify anything he's done. However, the path that he has been led on to this point can be understood when you look at everything that has been laid out for the character. That's not going to take away from the fact that Boruto took you in, Naruto took you in. These niggas did no wrong to you whatsoever. Boruto even allowed you to kill him, right? And now this is what you're going to do, all in the name of protecting his own fire, his blood fire. You're going to take his whole family. Bro, I'm so stuck on these spoilers, I'm not even paying attention to the main thing, right? So the poetic justice that's lying in with Kawaki's death, right, by the end of the story, because at this point, especially with the details of the spoilers included, his redemption is far long gone, especially at the point where everybody gets their memories back and understand the things that actually went down. So right now, even for characters like Boruto and Sarada, where this is going to have to sit and marinate for a few days, few years, few weeks, however long this jutsu lasts, or until they were able to actually get Ada to reverse it, or if it's even reversible in the first place, Boruto and Sarada are going to have a whole lot of time to contemplate and think about the things that are going down. And Kawaki is going to have a whole lot of time to get used to the life and eventually buy into his own lie. One of the most famous perspectives in philosophy and psychology. You tell yourself a lie enough times, you start to believe it yourself. And I believe that's going to be the path Kawaki is going down. Now, the poetic justice is still going to be there if Boruto is able to take his life by the end of the story. But now it's going to be more in a, I already know Boruto's character isn't one to lie or rely on vengeance, right? But understanding all the things that he and Kawaki has been through, at this point, it's going to be, no, I can't talk to this man. I need to put him 6 feet under to put him out of his own suffering. So Boruto can definitely, I see him going along the lines because they're still trying to draw parallels for Boruto's character and Sasuke's character, right? And ultimately, Sasuke wanted to kill Naruto because he knew he cared so much about Naruto that Naruto would be the only one to stop him from going forward with his plans, or Naruto would be the only one to be able to talk him out of it. Sasuke already knew that, right? So that's why he's going to have to kill Naruto. Now, in Boruto's case, he already understands he can't talk Kawaki out of whatever he's been doing. And he already said that in the previous chapter, chapter 78, when he mentioned to Sarada, he's far gone past talking. He's only going to understand, you know what I'm saying, conflict at this point, right? And Boruto's calling him an idiot. And then we have the events that have occurred throughout these spoilers. So we understand how that goes down. So Boruto may be able to look at this situation for Kawaki's sake in terms of Kawaki genuinely believes what he's doing is right. And if I look at myself, if I believe I'm doing something that's right, I'm not going to let anybody tell me anything else. So Boruto has no choice but to put Kawaki out of his misery and out of his suffering, letting him know in a simple way also is like, you don't have to do all of these things, but since I know you're not going to listen, let me end this suffering for you so you no longer have to go through it or go carry or burden all of these feelings by yourself, because the spoilers did also indicate Kawaki is suffering in terms of why does it have to be Boruto, right? So on a more deeper perspective, why does it have to be Boruto, the one that he had to kill? Why did it have to be Boruto, the son of the Hokage, that he has to target? Why did Momoshiki have to take him over? And why does it have to be such an important person to the point where Kawaki's life is going to be thrown in between a rock and a hard place if it hasn't been already, with the actions that he's already taken, the actions that he needs to take according to him in order to make everything better? it goes a step further in terms of him wishing Boruto was the outsider and he being the son of the Hokage and shit like that, understanding that their roles were reversed, or just wishing that Boruto basically didn't have all the love and care that he had. That is where I lose respect for the character. But ultimately, the poetic justice will lie in Kawaki's life being lost at the end at the expense of ultimately saving the world. What if it being the case where the wish regarded around Kawaki, and it worked with Ada similarly, right? In terms of however her main ability works, right? The wish regarded around that specific person until that person dies, the effects will last forever. So they figure out by the end of the story, maybe Boruto does bullshit and talk no just to Kawaki, even though I wouldn't like that, right? He does do it, but at the end of the day, they still realize Kawaki has to die in order for everything to be set right. And ultimately, I believe it's going to be a path that Kawaki needs to take. Now, if we're standing on the critical side and the analytical side, I believe it's a whole lot of poetic justice for Kawaki, ultimately to sacrifice his life by the end of the story for the better of the shinobi world that he was so hell-bent on destroying. And then on a personal side, he needs to be put in the body bag because we can't let that man walk no more. I ain't gonna lie to y'all, boy. It's your boy Black Child 3. Let me know how y'all feel about Kawaki's fate by the end of the story and how y'all feel with the events of Boruto chapter 79 and the spoilers revealing the information that they did. Stay tuned because tomorrow we got Boruto episode 292 dropping and the Boruto chapter 79 official release. So I will be dropping those videos in accordance. So holla at your mama, holla at y'all, Black Child out. Yes, sir. Ski.
We take a trip to the sky. Show them that our limits too high.
Cocoa butter hips on the waistline. She said